Probando. Y probando. Sí, sí, probando. And I do believe, creo que estamos en vivo. Buenas noches, gente. This is, as always, Isidro Montalvo Espinosa, broadcast coordinator for Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña en vivo. With me, as always, is my co-host, the redoubtable Luisa. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
I am currently removing the significant profanity or vulgarity and sexual themes warnings from this stream because this is not international waters after dark.
Oh boy, this is like when you have to pick up a party the next day. You're like, why are there all these streamers on the lawn?
That the streamers are in the booth right now.
Oh, that's right.
Ah, ah,
Talking about puns.
that's right. Bueno, gente, we are here with game one of the Campeonato Nacional Puertorriqueño. That's right, this is the 1907 National Championship between in Sapphire and Gold are Navegadores de Naguabo, who host for game one. Let's be honest, these are just the Phillies uniforms.
Uh-huh, I recognize them.
Amigos de Guánica. This is a west versus east brawl. Guánica in the southwest, and of course Naguabo in the northeast. So we've got a diagonal duel across the island between these two surprisingly dynamic teams. Guánica, of course, won the Hostos pennant last year and then fell in 5 games to the Cotorras de Rio Grande. They won the pennant again, and the Navegadores, who, as we have essayed excessively at this point, suffered an embarrassing early exit from last year's postseason, are back on top again of their league, having won the Crimson Pennant against the Cuervos de Patillas. Are you?
Okay. Hmm?
I hesitate to ask because I don't want you to feel like I'm putting you on the spot. But
Uh-oh.
these 1907 Navegadores, what has been your impression of them in the games that we've seen them?
This might be a false impression, but I feel like they're reining it in a little bit. They're doing better. They're not making as many errors. It seems like maybe Ted isn't hitting as many people.
Oh
Is any
yes,
of this true?
that reminds me. Pardon me. Sorry. We're once again gonna have the same prediction we usually do. We're gonna we're gonna lower Ted's the over under on Ted's hit batsman. We're gonna reduce it to over or under 2.5 because I do think him hitting 3 or 4 people in one game is unlikely. And we're gonna set it for the first 30 minutes of the stream, so you have some time to get your prediction in.
Nice.
But it is true, Ted has gained some control over his errant forkballs and changeups. And in general, what we have seen from the Navegadores is that they have won these games mostly via run prevention. They keep their opponents from scoring. This has been the most pitching dominant year of the 1900s so far, pretty amazingly, honestly. And we've seen very low ERAs. We've seen pitchers who, in normal years, are frankly not good, showing off this year and being actually really amazing. And somebody like Ted, who already is a very good pitcher and has had to step into the role of number one pitcher because Everton Stack got himself injured trying to close out the series against the Chupacabras,
Hmm.
has done really well in that role, an ERA of 1.14 and a 4-1 record. So we're very excited to see how he handles game one because here's the thing. What Guanica does have, and a big part of the reason why they are back here to begin with, is a really good rotation. They also have elite starting pitching. What they don't have is as much of an offense.
Okay.
And so the question is going to be, can Naguabo make the difference and establish that by scoring runs? That's what they're going to need to do in this game. They're going to have to actually string together some offense. They've proven able to do that in the playoffs, but not very consistently. Hey, Will, how you doing? Good evening. So we're hoping that what we see today is a good game, both pitchers really showing up. But the difference is going to be if the Naguabo bats wake up. Back in the first series, Naguabo was shut out twice in a row by the Chupacabras. That has basically not happened so far, but they have suffered a couple of close 1-2 losses, sort of thing. That's what they're going to need to avoid.
Yeah, I feel like lately it's been down to just individual runs can make all the difference.
Yeah, they do occasionally manage to step out, like against the Murciélagos. Well, against the Chupacabras, after getting shut out in those two games, in Game 5, they stomped them 9-2. So they have
Wow.
sort of proven able to do that. Against the Cotorras, they had a game where they won 6-1 because Ezequiel Vasquez just completely lost control and he loaded the bases and then Pablito hit a grand slam. So
He sure did.
we've seen those things happen, but we haven't seen that happen repeatedly, and that's the real question. Is it going to come through for them here, facing a team they have never played before? We'll see.
Yeah.
Before we read out the starting lineups and have our first pitch, we, of course, need to have a word from the best and greatest of our sponsors. Luisa, who are we talking about?
We are talking about Dr. Gonzalez and his wonderful wood tar liquor. Folks, 70,000 patients have been cured with it over 15 years. Chronic colds, rogue coughs, abundant chest discharges, asthma, bronchitis, and other respiratory ailments cured, no problem. It helps with consumption and also with bladder catarrh. It purifies overhumored blood, and it whets the appetite for fattening. Not to be confused with other Dr. Gonzalez wood tar liquors, except no substitutes. And as you know, it's sold in all good pharmacies, especially San Juan's own Farmacia Guillermetti, at the corner of Calle de San Francisco and Calle de la Cruz.
Thank you very much, Louisa. It is now time. Well, actually, first, it's time to check on our attendance. It is partly cloudy, temperature of 24 degrees, wind blowing out to left. And now it is time to read out our starting lineups. First, for the visiting Amigos de Guánica, leading off and playing third base, number 44, Sebastián Martín. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 23, Mario Franco. Batting third and catching, number 1, Justino Garza. Batting fourth and playing first base, number 86, Emmanuel Vargas. Batting fifth and playing second base, number 25, Cern Larsen, the first player of Danish descent in Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña history. Batting sixth and playing right field, number 35, Gaudencio Ojeda. Batting seventh and playing left field, number 42, Miguel Ramirez. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, number 28, Julio Casado. And batting ninth and playing center field, number 24, Osmundo Mercado. And now, the starting lineup for your Navegadores de Naguabo. Leading off and playing center field, number 27, Graham Underwood. Batting second and playing first base, number 16, Rob Feaster.
The Grackle.
Batting third and playing left field, number 55, Jake Getman.
The Tank from Frank.
Batting fourth and catching, number 17, Pablo Salmeron.
Rudy John.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 23, Kim Min Soo.
Backbreaker? I always say with a
Indeed.
question mark. Okay, yes.
Batting sixth and playing right field, number 56, Frank Del Castillo.
Diablo Rojo.
Batting seventh and playing second base, number 4, Etaoin Shirtlu.
The Font of Wisdom.
Batting eighth and playing shortstop, number 6, Benigno Valdez.
Benji.
And batting ninth and playing third base, number 11, Wally Block.
The human ripcord.
Pitching tonight for the Navegadores de Naguabo, number 2, Ted Balloon.
Looney Balloony.
And we all know Ted, fastball, curveball, forkball, and changeup setup. He's 4-1 in the playoffs, 39 and a third innings, has allowed just 5 earned runs for an ERA of 1.14, 43 strikeouts to just 5 walks. And we all know what you're thinking, so we're going to check this real quick. But, see, postseason. He has hit just as many batters as he's walked. 5 and 5.
Oh, no. Oh, boy.
Against him, leading off tonight, Sebastian Martin, the third baseman, sitting on an OPS of 521. Quite disappointing if you're the leadoff hitter on a playoff team. No home runs and 5 runs batted in, but his luck could change tonight. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's start. It's Game 1 of the 1907 Campeonato Nacional Puertorriqueño right here on Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña en Vivo. We are here at La Timonera as Naguabo hosts the Amigos de Guánica. Blue on blue action today. Balloon with 32 wins.
November leaves.
That's right. As Benji drives down for that one, leaves his feet, and the first out of the Campeonato Nacional Puertorriqueño is a classic Benji Valdez play. Benji, after lagging most of the season behind his fellow shortstop Euripides Solis, his brother is, of course, Eumenides, was able to lead the league in wins above replacement and is once again a top candidate for Ilustrísimo, which I believe would be his 4th award.
Ooh.
Valdez making a great defensive play to start as that curveball gets shot right to him. Here comes Mario Franco. OPS of 573, no home runs, 6 runs batted in. Tough power threat. Had 5 home runs this year, which, let's remember, this is the dead ball era. 1 out and the base is empty. Going after the first pitch, Franco hits it hard, hits it deep, and it lands. That'll be on the warning track as it bounces off. Underwood frozen out there for some reason as Getman goes to get it. And it's a triple by Mario Franco. They have to throw home. So Bach is able to put the tag on him, but it is late and he is safe. Ted Balloon now pitching with a man just 90 feet away to score the first run of the Campeonato Nacional Puertorriqueño. Ham and Getman had a bit of a difficulty figuring it out in the outfield, and that could be a costly miscommunication. With 1 out and a man on third after that fork ball, here comes catcher Justino Garza, OPS of 480, no home runs, 4 runs batted in. Ted could sure use a strikeout here. Will he get it? No, he won't. 1-0 count, that is rolled out to Sherdlu, and he makes the safe choice and throws first. Franco scores, and Guánica is ahead 1-0. The exact play the Navegadores have used this entire postseason to score the 1 run they need comes back to bite them here. The RBI ground out from Garza, trading an out for a run, and we are up 1-0 to the Amigos. 2 outs, bases newly empty for Emmanuel Vargas. He's been a threat during the postseason. OPS of 769 and an on-base percentage of 400. No home runs yet, but 7 runs batted in. They could still have more runs in this inning. Ted at the 1-2 count slips one by him, a changeup, and he swings right through it. 1 run and 1 hit, and they strand nobody. Guánica leads by that 1 run, and the Navegadores get their first cracks at starting pitcher number 37, Tibulo Rodriguez. Tibulo Rodriguez, not the man that I would send out to start Game 1 of the Campeonato Nacional Puertorriqueño, barely above average this year, 15-17 record. But in the postseason, he's been excellent. 4-1, 42 2/3 innings, 21 strikeouts to just 5 walks, an ERA of 1.27. You would hope that at some point he regresses to the mean, but he has failed to do so far. And he will face Ham Underwood, Rob Feaster, and Jake Getman. Underwood leads us off. He's sitting on a 602 OPS, no home runs, 8 runs batted in. And 5 stolen bases on way too many attempts. That
Come
last
on, him.
that last at bat drained a lot out of Ted, so hopefully he'll have a good rebound inning in the second. But here in the
Yeah,
bottom of the first,
I missed a very active couple of minutes, I'd see.
yeah, there was an RBI ground out to score the run from third, and then Ted was able to strike out the next batter.
Amazing.
So here we go. Cam Underwood, once again, taking the opposing pitcher to full count. Beautifully done here. And he hits that one. Perfect hit. Little blooper there to Ramirez in left field. And a full count 6 pitch at bat ends in him drilling a changeup into left field for a base hit. The question is whether he will restrict the attempt to steal the base. He's a real speedster, and we know that. But for some reason in the postseason, people have had his number. His best bet here is to just let Feaster move him up, because the guy they're facing is an incredible catcher. So here goes nothing. 1 man on base and no outs. On the 1-2 count, Feaster. Oh, hello! A wild pitch there on the 1-2 count, but Garza able to block it, and it's 2-2 now. Full count. Pickoff throw to first. Underwood has to run off, and he is caught in a rundown. He's out. The base running in the playoffs has been nothing short of garbage from the Navegadores. They've gotten caught stealing. They've gotten picked off. It's been a whole thing. Opposing third base coach, whatever their third base coach is doing is not working. Let's put it that way. So now with the bases empty and 1 out, Rob Feaster sitting on a full count here. Let's see what he does. Hits it high. A can of corn over the infield. It'll be Sebastian Martin out number 2, and an initially promising inning is not looking so hot now. But if there's anybody who can turn that frown upside down, it's this man. Jake Getman, 657 OPS, but 4 home runs and 11 runs batted in. He's had game-tying homers before. Let's see if he can do it again. Full count to him as well. And he gets aboard with a walk. A sinker that goes low, and Getman is aboard for Pablo Salmeron, who is currently the hottest bat in this lineup. 886 OPS, 313 batting average, which is well above almost anybody else. 3 home runs and 11 runs batted in. Can he hold up to that kind of pressure with a man on first and 2 outs? What do you think?
I don't have a good feeling about it, but maybe he'll prove me wrong.
That's usually how I feel about his ABs. Let's see what happens. First pitch. There goes Jake Getman, and he will get laid out at second base. Once again, absolutely execrable base running. And the Navegadores run themselves out of possible runs. They remain behind 1-0 as we head into the second. Garbage. You can't be doing that.
Yeah. Maybe they're rattled because the Amigos scored so quickly.
Clearly. Top of the second inning, Ted Balloon, 11 pitches over that first inning, 1 hit, 1 earned run, and 1 strikeout. He will now face Larson, Ojeda, and Ramirez. Larson is sitting on a 721 OPS, no home runs, 12 runs batted in. 1-2 count. He hits it through, gets it up the middle, and that is a second hit. Larson has his first hit of the 1907 Campeonato. And Navegadores fans turning on their pitcher fast.
Yeah, really.
As Larson puts his average above 300 for the postseason. Here comes Gaudencio Ojeda, 490 OPS, no home runs, 1 run batted in. Man on first with no outs. First pitch to him, Ojeda goes for the sac bunt. Ted grabs it, throws to first, no time to go for the lead runner. And that's a successful sac hit. Larson, with the insurance run, moves into second base. At the keystone there as Miguel Ramirez, 485 OPS, no home runs, 4 runs batted in, and 10 stolen bases, which ties Rob Feaster for the lead on either ball club, is up. Man on second and 1 out. Ramirez taking Ted Balloon to a full count, but he strikes out on the low fastball. Another 6 pitches to add to Ted's line. He's thrown 11 in this inning, and with 2 outs and a man on second, he needs to strand him in the worst way. Here comes Julio Casado, 458 OPS, no home runs, 2 runs batted in. Casado was the first big trade of the 1906-1907 offseason. He was traded from Ciales to Guánica. 1-2 count for Julio Casado, and Ted nails him with the curveball. Ted Balloon strikes out 2 in the top of the second. Decent rebound there, even if he did allow a base hit up the middle. And now it is Salmerón, Kim, and Del Castillo's turn to try and turn this thing around. They will face Tibulo Rodriguez, who in the first inning threw 19 pitches, allowed just a hit and a walk. Salmerón, I already mentioned what his statistics are. Let's see what he comes up with.
He's standing there thinking, as I was saying.
On the 0-1 count, he hits it right to Martin, who drops it.
Oh, wow. That was lucky.
The first error by a player in the Campeonato Nacional Puertorriqueño, and luckily it happens to the other team. So Salmerón will be aboard as here comes Min Soo Kim, or Kim Min Soo, however you want to say it. OPS of .579, 3 home runs, 6 runs batted in. Let's see if it's time for Dinger number 4. First pitch to him. He hits it to first base. Salmerón running for second. So it'll be something of a sac hit there as Salmerón moves to the Keystone. With a man on second and 1 out, here comes Frank Del Castillo. OPS of .595, 5 runs batted in, 6 stolen bases. He's come up okay now and again, but frankly, he's not the man he used to be. That's a lyric from yesterday, isn't it?
Yes. What are you going for?
I wasn't going for anything. I said it, and then I realized it was a lyric from yesterday.
I was pausing because I'm like, you're making a reference, and I don't know what it is. But now I understand.
That was unintentional. All right, here we go. 1-2 count. I'm thinking a strikeout is coming. Oh, he hits it to second base. Larson has it, throws to first, and Salmerón 90 feet away with the tying run. They've been pretty successful at that, and they do have their second best bat at the plate here. Sherlew sitting on a .678 OPS with 9 runs batted in. He could make good on some promises here if he can get past Rodriguez. They've been getting to him a little bit. A couple good at-bats. Sherlew could have another good one here. Let's see what happens. 2-0 count. Sherlew hits it right to Martin, who holds on this time and throws to first. And the second inning is over. Guánica's error will not come back to haunt them. We are through 2. Guánica remains ahead 1-0. And if you're a Naguabo fan, you're probably getting fairly angry right about now. You were miffed after the first inning. Now you're furious. Ted Balloon, 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts. He faces Osmundo Mercado, who is hitting, surprisingly, OPS of .739 with 4 runs batted in and 3 steals in the postseason. That's actually very surprising. One of the things that I thought, comparing the rosters, is that if you look at the comparative positions of the players relative to each other, like how they're ranked in the league, Guánica has one of the worst outfields in the league.
Oh.
And yet, they seem to be doing fairly well.
Yeah, I was going to say, how'd they make it this far, but they're doing something right.
The defense and pitching, I think, is so much more important this year. So here goes nothing. Mercado, 1-2 count. He batted just over 200 this year. Bounces down to Benji. He's got it, throws to first, and that's an easy ground out. That will turn the lineup over. Here comes Sebastian Martin, who is apparently 5th in Liga Hostos in batting average with a .309 there. He's 0-for-1 today, though. Going after the first pitch, base is empty and 1 out, and he hits it through. Third hit for Guánica, as Getman unable to get to it in time, and he'll be on first with 1 out. Here we go again. Here comes Mario Franco. Got that first hit, scored that first run, and he comes up with one man on and one out. 0-2 count. Franco swings and misses through the changeup, and he is gone. That's Ted Balloon's fourth strikeout of the night, and he now faces Justino Garza, the contact hitter who put across that run by grounding out to second. Can he do something interesting here to keep his team going? First pitch to him. Garza hits it up the middle, and boy, they are just making tons of contact off Ted Balloon here as they run them to second and third. This is horrendous.
Yeah, it's surprising.
Just a complete collapse here from both sides of the ball. And here comes Emmanuel Vargas, the best bat Guánica has, who's 0 for 1 on the day. He won't be 0 for 1 for long if this is the way the Navegadores are starting off this series. First pitch to him. He hits it right to Shirley. He's got it, throws to first, and mercifully, they'll be out of it. Guánica gets 2 on, but manages not to score. And now it's the Navegadores' turn to see if they can get something started in the early third of the game. Tibulo Rodriguez, through 2 innings, is sitting at 31 pitches. He's allowed a hit and has a walk. He faces Valdez, Balk, and Underwood. Valdez is at a 646 OPS, 9 runs batted in, and 5 steals. And on the 1-2 count, Valdez swings right through that sinker, and he sits down. He's done on the sinker away there. Here comes Wally Balk, 4.21 OPS, no home runs, 3 runs batted in. 1-0 count for Wally Balk. Hits it high into foul territory, easy catch. Oh, he dropped it!
What?
That should have been an easy catch for Vargas, but it clanks. And unable to make that play, Wally Balk gets another chance here. On the 1-2 count, he hits it high and deep, but that should be an easy catch for Mercado out there, and he's got it. Out number 2. That turns the lineup over, and here comes Ham Underwood, who got a hit and then got picked off first base. Something that has happened to something like 4 Navegadores in the postseason.
Oh, come on, Ham. This time for sure.
2 outs, base is empty. 1-0 count to Underwood. Hits it right to Vargas at first, and he is out on the ground out to Rodriguez. Underwood is out, that retires the side, and once again, the Amigos' error proves harmless, as we're through 3 innings, and the Navegadores are still losing 1-0. Before we continue with the middle of the game, which is going by way too fast for my liking, I don't know about you.
Yeah, it is somber.
That's a good word for it, honestly. Bleak also comes up. But let's not be bleak. Let's get another word from another of our wonderful sponsors. Louisa, the booth is all yours.
Thank you. Let's go right back to bleak, folks, because here we have a new item. This is a news item. And it is titled Altercation from February 8th, 1871. Under this title, we have received the following from our notable colleague, the Sentinel. Last Sunday afternoon, the local beach was the site of an incident that could have had deplorable consequences. Keep that in mind. It appears that the crew of the Italian ship Manuel Prats, which had that very day reached our waters, came ashore, as is their custom, and since it was a day off, they met up with crews from 3 other vessels, and ended up in perhaps better humor than needed, at which point they began to disturb the peace. A boat was detached from the Insular Navy schooner Bondadosa, with the intent of getting the Italians back to their own vessel, which they did. Unfortunately, when the boat pulled aside the Italian ship, some gunshots rang out from the latter that wounded 2 of the schooner's crew. Immediately, the Italian consul ferried himself onto his nation's ship, and together with naval authorities, they began to make a full investigation of the facts. Pretty grim. Pretty grim international relations. Drunk Italians disturbing the peace. Insular Navy crewmen being injured with guns. Don't like that. At least they're just wounded, I suppose, and not actually killed.
Says Will, I'm going to use better humor than needed in place of drunk forever now.
Yes.
I take it this is about the boat conflict?
Yeah, pretty grim, that story.
Yeah, Wait, you said they were only wounded. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yes, wounded but not killed, apparently, according to this story.
Let me pull this up because I have a weird feeling that I may have misphrased something when I translated it.
Oh no, were they actually killed?
Maybe. I don't remember.
I
But
don't
I'll
like
know
this
if I
story.
look at the article. Mostly I'm just glad that it paints Italians in a bad light.
It's a strange ship name, Manuel Prats.
Yes,
It doesn't quite sound as Spanish, and it sure doesn't sound Italian.
Prats is a Catalan name, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yes. Now, who Manuel Prats was, I have been unable to find. I will tell you that.
Okay.
But, yes. Let's see here. Boy, why can I not find this? It's not particularly important if I have to skip the... Oh, altercation. Here we go. Let's see here. They tend to... No, I think... Unfortunately, I do think... No, in our universe, somebody did die during this altercation. But, of course, in the LMP verse, where things usually go right, there were only injuries to worry about.
That's something.
Yep. But yes, mostly I'm just glad that for the second time in the last 2 weeks, we have reasons to make fun of Italians.
And now we know they can't hold their liquor, so.
I don't think we needed this story to tell us that, to be honest with you. I have a coworker former coworker, pardon me, who may very well be watching this, who once told me that he had a friend that would make, quote unquote, make wine. Let's put 72-point air quotes around the making wine.
Okay, interesting.
He was doing this at home, and I said, was he, because I've been to a winery that friends of mine had participated in. I asked, was he using barrels or something? He was barrels, maybe a piece of lumber from the junkyard.
What?
As in, that's all he was using to oak the wine, because it was horrible.
I don't understand. Just like dipping it into the vat of wine?
I guess, but the point he was trying to make is this was not a serious winemaking operation. The man was just making homemade wine and then just being like, you should drink this, and it would be swill.
I thought you were actually talking to the person who was making it, and they
No,
were
God,
you
no.
that's what they're doing. Okay,
I clearly do not want to be anywhere near this person.
My grandfather makes wine, elderflower, and blackberry, so he makes those at home. They're not bad.
Elderflower wine, that's a song or something?
I think it is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna know because there's too many other fruit wine songs.
Yeah.
I believe my brother-in-law once sent us a recording of him playing Cherry Wine by, as he pronounced it, Ozier. It's Hosier. He was talking about Hosier.
Oh, okay. I'm like, who has a song called Cherry Wine?
Yeah, he was talking about Hosier, but he pronounced it in French, which is extremely funny. All right, top of inning 4, Ted Balloon. 3 innings, 38 pitches, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts, and he faces Larson, Ojeda, and Ramirez. Larson got a hit off of him last time, and the way things are going, it's happening again. Oh, no, it's not. Wally Balk has it, throws across to first, and that's out number 1. 1-0 count there. Quick at bat, which Ted badly needs if he's going to last the rest of this game. Here comes Gaudencio Ojeda, who had a sac hit last time. Ojeda, I forgot about this, used to be on Utuado, and Utuado played Guánica for the pennant. So,
Oh,
had he not been traded, he presumably would have been on the losing end of the pennant championship.
that's great.
Here we go, 1-1 count. Hits that hard and deep. Underwood running it down. Does he have it? He does. Puts the glove up, and that's out number 2. Then he makes a big show-off throw back to second base. That's okay. He's allowed. Here comes Miguel Ramirez. He's 0 for 1 on the day. 2 outs, bases empty. And Ted having his best inning of the day so far, especially now that Shirley holds on to the ball and throws to first. First clean inning of the day for Looney Ballooney. Maybe he's settling in a little bit. And now the Navegadores get set to work on his opposite number. Tibulo Rodriguez, 41 pitches, 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. He will face Feaster, Getman, and Salmeron. And this score has gotten the Naves through some tough games. Let's see if they can do it here. Feaster is 0 for 1 on the day. 3-0 count. Feaster walks to start the inning. 4 pitches. And here comes Getman. He was the last walk that Rodriguez gave up, and then, of course, he ran himself out at second. First pitch. There goes Feaster, and looks like the catcher Garza unable to get the ball out in time, thanks to Getman swinging the bat there a little bit. So, with a 1-0 count, Feaster on second base and no outs. This could be trouble for Guánica. 1-1 count. Getman lands down the right field line. Feaster breaking for home. Ojeda launching that throw. Time. The Navegadores tie it on a Jake Getman base hit, and for the first time ever, something happens during a music sting. That is launched into right field there. And Feaster breaks from second immediately, runs all the way past third, wheels pumping, and he's in. The Naves have made it a whole new ball game here in the 4th. And here comes Pablo Salmeron to try and more than equalize. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Can he change that line? 0-1 count. Getman breaking for second, and he's in this time. So they've both got steals, and with a runner again in scoring position, let's see what Salmeron does. Full count for Salmeron. And he draws a walk on an 8-pitch at-bat. Great at-bat there. You can see he is locked in at the plate right now. He knows exactly what's happening. So 2 walks later, 2 steals later. Salmeron, of course, reached based on error last time. Here comes Kim Min-soo. A good hit into the outfield. Could score Getman. Salmeron will likely need a lot more help than that. 1-2 count for Kim. Hits it into right field, and Ojeda once again unable to get to it in time. That will load the bases with no outs. The Naves have just made this a very exciting bottom of the 4th here. Bases loaded with no outs. Rodriguez passed 60 pitches, and here comes Frank de Castillo, who's 0 for 1. Let's see. He just cannot strike out or ground out. Anything into the outfield should score at least 1 run, and if it's a base hit, it might even score 2. Here goes nothing. 1-2 count. Exactly what you can't do. Goes down swinging on 4 pitches. The last one a low fastball. That's why they call him Diablo Rojo, because he bedevils us as much as he does the opposition.
I guess so.
Here comes Shirley. He's 0 for 1. Can he do any better? Oh my God. Shirley draws a 5-pitch walk and forces in a run.
Incredible.
The Navegadores take the lead on an RBI base on balls.
Nerves of steel, that man.
Mm-hmm. And that brings up our team captain, our ilustre, Benji Valdez. Once again, the best shortstop in Liga Betances. Can he come through here with the bases loaded? He's done it before. He comes up with the bases loaded and 1 out. Let's see if he's got what it takes. 1-0 count. Benji! Right field. Ojeda has it. Are they going to run? Salmeron tags up at third, and he scores.
Woo!
It's a sac fly from Benji Valdez.
All right, I'll take it.
The Navegadores now up 3-1 on a walk and a sac fly. And here comes Wally Balk with 2 on and 2 outs. Let's see if he can increase the embarrassment factor. Tibulo Rodriguez has now thrown 31 pitches in the bottom of the 4th. 2-1 count. Balk, for the second time today, pops up into foul territory. And this time Vargas making no mistakes. He makes the grab, and the home 4th ends. 8 Navegadores go to the plate and score 3 runs. They now lead 3-1, and that is a weird thing for the organ to play when everyone is running off the field.
Sometimes they just get real bitter and sarcastic, and they want to make fun of the players.
That's right. Yeah, I wonder what that's like. We never do that.
I like that now it seems that peppy 80s kind of music seems to be lucky for them. Twice now it's happened when something good's been going.
Here's the interesting bit. I don't think that sounded pre-replay. I think that got added in post.
Oh, that's strange.
That is strange. Yes. It seems to be you are correct. It almost seems to be so associated with good luck for them that it spontaneously appeared.
We can all hear it in our hearts.
Exactly. What genre would you classify that as?
To me, that's 80s. I'm not sure what... I don't know enough about genres. I want to say, like, DeBarge, Gloria Estefan,
okay.
Morris Day and the Time. That sort of, like...
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't even know what you call it.
I never would have... Yeah, I never would have thought of those artists for that. Well, DeBarge I don't know very well. Yeah. I never would have thought of Morris Day for that, but I see it. I definitely see Miami Sound Machine. That I definitely see, for sure.
Yeah.
The other day we had our open enrollment meeting at work, and as I went up to sit in the back and throw paper balls at the presenters, I started singing "Let's Get Mad, Let's Get Mad," and I couldn't do any more than that, so I just sat down at that point. My coworker, sitting one seat in front of me, turns around and goes, "Were you singing a J-Lo song?"
What song is this?
It's Let's Get Loud, but I switched out loud for mad.
Let's Get Loud. Am I from a different dimension? I don't know
Clearly.
the song at all. Huh.
And the reason I'm mentioning it here is that I always thought that was a Gloria Estefan song, so that showed me too.
Is that an early song of hers? I'm trying to place it.
I think so. I'm pretty sure it was before like her full pop makeover. When, Waiting for Tonight and all that.
Remember when she was a fly girl on In Living Color? You probably didn't watch that. Okay.
Of course I don't.
I did.
My first contact with J-Lo is... My first contact with Jennifer Lopez is, I believe, the movie where she played Selena.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And John Seda was her husband.
And Edward James Olmos was her dad.
Yes.
Former MUFO of mine on Twitter, Edward James Olmos. That's actually not a brag. He followed everyone back.
That's great. I love that. Why not?
And then he'd constantly tell you that he would actually like show up and like your posts, which is the interesting bit. And then he would tell you that if you wanted to push anything out to him, just DM him, and he'd do it.
Great stuff.
I know.
Did you ever try?
No, I never had anything interesting to do. I was in college. I was too busy trying to pass astronomy.
Oh, it might have been.
Yeah. Also, that open enrollment presentation was by 2 complete idiots. But at least it wasn't by the complete idiot that was there the previous years, who once flatly denied to my face that I could not have been told the reason why I was rejected for life insurance. I said they rejected me because of my weight, and he just goes in the most condescending voice. They don't usually tell you why they reject you. And of course, because I'm me and I'm Puerto Rican, I've been trained to believe that when an American tells you something, their reality is correct. So you have to check yourself. So I went home and pulled the letter, and sure enough, in black and white, it said, our decision was based on your weight.
Fuck that guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder how he got the job. It's weird that his last name is the same as the name of the company.
It is weird.
Interesting.
Maybe he invented medical insurance. In
Maybe.
which case, you should have killed him, really.
This is true, yeah. I could have solved everything.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea to go... Somebody did ask me why these plans are all so horrible and everything, and I said, because not enough healthcare CEOs have died violently. That's the only way anything ever seems to get better in this system. And the person replied, yeah, that must be it.
Jeez.
So anyway, before the FBI busts down my door, top of the 5th inning, Ted Balloon, 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run, 4 strikeouts, 45 pitches, and he faces Julio Casado, who is 0 for 1 on the day. Casado going
this
after...
week is not safe for work in a different way.
Yeah. Balk makes the play on a line-out. That could have been trouble if it had gone past him, but luckily the human ripcord, well, you might say he pulled that one in.
Yeah, retractable bungee. No,
Penis.
nothing. No!
Here comes Osmundo Mercado. 0 for 1. That's a song, by the way.
No, you can't. Not today. Not
Wait, here we go. There it is. Yes! Now it's a Ted Balloon start.
Woo!
He winds up and on the 1-1 pitch, gets loose with a changeup and nicks Mercado. So the Amigos have a base runner with 1 out. Here comes Sebastian Martin, who's 1 for 2. This could get interesting.
The opposite way, to be contrary.
Oh,
So I'm hoping Ted doesn't hit anybody else.
Valdez fields it, throws to Shirley, and unable to complete the double play, but they get the 2nd out and get the lead runner. So here comes Mario Franco, 1 for 2. 2 outs, man on first. Can Franco come through here? He's got pretty good power stats. He hits it, ground out to Balk. He throws across the hallway, and the top of the 5th is over. The Amigos strand a base runner, and Naguabo remains up 3-1 with another chance to get at Tibulo Rodriguez, who is fading fast. He's at 76 pitches over those same 4 innings with 3 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, and just 2 strikeouts. Here comes Ham Underwood, who's 1 for 2. 1-1 count. Underwood, for the first time today, not doing so hot, as that is popped up to Casado. He's got it, and that's out number 1. Here comes Rob Feaster. He's 0 for 1 with a walk today. This time he goes after the first pitch with the bases empty and 1 out. Right back to Casado, and he's got it to his right. Turns, makes the throw, and Feaster is gone. Great rebound inning so far from Tibulo Rodriguez. Let's see if Getman can spoil it a bit. He's 1 for 1. He's got a run batted in, and he's got a walk. 2 outs, base is empty. With a 1-0 count, he also pops up, and it looks like Julio Casado is going to end up dealing with all 3 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Tibulo Rodriguez, 1 inning after giving up 3 runs, shuts the door very well indeed here in the bottom of the 5th. Naguabo remains ahead 3-1. As we head into the 6th inning, Ted just needs to hold the line here.
The game's about half over. What do you think? What's it going to be at the end?
Took the words right out of my brain. That is exactly what I was about to ask you. Right down to mentioning the game is about half over.
All right, okay. I think it's going to be 4-2, and it's going to be the Naves.
There's 4 innings left. I'm going to say this is the final score.
Ooh, okay.
The Naves, against pitching like this, they get through in 1 big inning, and then it's over. Or maybe 2. So that would be how it would end up a 4-2. But I'm going to say this is the final score.
Okay.
Because the Amigos also have one thing that Naguabo also has, which is they have an actual bullpen. Denzel
Oh,
Hicks,
that's unusual.
Miguel Valles, and Steve Maldonado. I mean, look at this. They have 5 relief pitchers. This is an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah, really.
So
Amazing.
with Gonzalez and Hermosillo, those are your backups. You don't want to go to those guys. But then you've got Hicks, Valles, and Maldonado, all of which are very good pitchers. Maldonado has an 0.79 ERA this year and 13 saves. He pitched 57 innings and gave up less than an earned run per 9 innings. Like, that's pretty good numbers.
Yeah.
And Valles and Hicks were not far behind. Hicks didn't allow an earned run at all this year. So, could be dangerous. Anyway, Balloon, 5 innings, 54 pitches, 4 hits, 1 run, 4 strikeouts. He faces Garza, Vargas, and Larson. If I were Alex Horn, I would have said Garza, Vargas, and Larsa.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
To make it fit.
I'm much shorter. Justino Garza, 1 for 2 with a ribby. Oh, hey. Will says, more importantly, how many more will Ted hit?
You better not hit more than 2, because that's what I bet on him for.
What was the over-under? 2.5?
Yeah.
Okay. Garza going after the first pitch, and Getman's got it. Good move. He positions himself well to catch that one. Could have been dangerous. He's allowed a couple hits, but not this time. Here comes Vargas, 0 for 2 on the day. Full count to him. Launches that one into center field, and it's over the wall. Emmanuel Vargas with his first home run this postseason. 136 meters on the solo shot, and he puts the Amigos within a run. What
Incredible.
a rocket.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want them to win, but, I love to see a home run.
Well, there goes my prediction.
Mine can still come true. Ooh, the audience is
Exactly.
like a bit.
Well, yeah, he just gave up a dinger. And by the way, not even a bad pitch. Fastball down and in, that's fine to most hitters. But Vargas muscled it out of there.
Now, it seems to me that it is poor sportsmanship to boo someone for hitting a home run, even if they're on the opposite team.
Oh,
I
assumed they were hit. I assumed they were booing their pitcher. But generally speaking, it is normal practice to boo opposing hitters.
I do not like that. Everybody wants to hit a run. Come on.
Hit a run.
Yeah.
Hit a run.
Like a singer would do it.
Yes. Here comes Cern
Mariah
Larson,
Carey.
who's 1 for 2. Whoa. Now we need to talk about this. What?
I said like Mariah Carey.
Hit a run? Like Mariah Carey?
Yeah.
What am I missing?
Musical run? What?
What is a musical run?
Oh, when you can go up and down the scale. Certainly
okay.
do that.
Yes, this is true. 1-0 count. I would prefer to
Have
hit
you heard
No.
the song yet? Okay.
Larson launches that into right field, trying to do the same thing, but then Castillo has it. And that's out number 2. Oh, the song?
Yeah.
The song.
Have you heard it yet in this holiday
They
season?
played it the first day after Halloween that we were back at work. Because I teach annoying rich kids that think every day is Christmas.
Yeah. Well, at least you got it out of the way. You ripped the Band-Aid off.
I suppose. 2 outs, base is empty. Here comes Gaudencio Ojeda, 0 for 1. Technically, I actually heard it during Halloween week because I was playing a Halloweenified version of it during class as well. So that is fair.
That is very fun. Yeah, yes. I do like that one.
I think my favorite Halloween themed version of a song, it's split between Somewhere Over the Rainbow and Barbie Girl.
Okay.
Those were both very funny. Oh, I mean, I can send them to you whenever you want. I have them. I own them. Yeah. 2 outs, base is empty. Here we go. Ojeda launches that into center field. Underwood has it, and despite the dinger, Ted Balloon rebounds from that. Guánica, I can't do any better than the play-by-play here, shaves into the lead.
Huh.
Just like takes a Parmesan shaver to it. You know, cuts off a little
Guess so,
sheet of it
yeah.
on the
Yeah, you don't
Caesar
like a sheet
salad
of
that is a baseball
Parmesan.
game.
As you told me, you don't like a sheet of Parmesan, which can melt a little bit, which I like. You find that to be gross.
I like a sheet of Parmesan. I don't like it melted.
Yeah, but it melts so nice, though.
No, it doesn't.
This is where we differ.
Sure.
I can,
In
I
that
can only imagine
we
the face
differ
you're
in
making.
that I'm right.
All
But-
cheese is good cheese.
You say this, but you don't eat American cheese.
That's true. I don't consider that to be cheese. So
There
I'm
it is.
grateful.
Knew it. Knew you were gonna pull that.
Citric acid, get out of here.
Also, hold up, Kasumartsu.
I mean, I consider it to be a cheese. I don't know if I
Uh-huh.
would eat
Yeah,
it
but you said all cheese is good
personally.
cheese. So here,
Yeah,
I
I
am
do-
trying to disprove your syllogism.
Define good, I guess. I'm gonna weasel out of it this way.
No, you have to define good. The burden of proof is on you here.
Alright, good is noble. To say that you are a person who makes this cheese as your job, that's a noble profession. And I would say the people who make kazumarzu are doing a noble profession. So yes. It's a good cheese.
Sure. Okay. We're just going to move on with the bottom of the sixth. Tibulo Rodriguez, over 5 innings, has thrown 82 pitches. 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. And Pablo Salmeron is facing him. He's 0 for 1 plus a walk. And neither of them has ever eaten or will ever eat Kasumartsu.
You know you're supposed to put that in a brown paper bag and wait for
Yeah,
the
I'm
nuggets
aware.
to-
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you
Yeah.
for continuing to talk about it. As Salmeron goes after the first pitch, hits it to Larson, who throws to first for the out.
You brought it up. It's all I can think about now.
Here comes Kim. Yeah, it's from Sardinia, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, in Sardinia, the term brown bag lunch has a much grosser implication.
A lot of protein in there.
True. Kim Min-soo, but not much fiber, and that's really what you want. Kim Min-soo comes in. He's 1 for 2. He faces Rodriguez with 1 out, and the base is empty. He singled to right, and here with a 2-2 count. Hits it deep into center field, but that's going to get caught. Left center there, Ramirez has it, and it's out number 2. 5 pitch at bat from Kim. He's doing his best, but it has not worked. And here comes Frank de Castillo. He's over 2 on the day. Struck out embarrassingly with the bases loaded last time. Can Diablo Rojo redeem himself? Will he see the light of heaven? 2-0 count. No, he will not. Wait, maybe. No, he will not. As Ojeda catches it in foul territory because for some reason that ball held in the wind. In the opposite direction of the wind. To stay in the air just long enough to get caught.
Yeah, it really. Yeah. That's why we have Gentleman's Point. He shouldn't have been going past there.
Exactly. We are through 6 innings. Naguabo remains ahead 3-2 as we enter the 7th. But before we continue with the bottom of the game, we of course need another word from another of our wonderful sponsors. Louisa, the booth is all yours.
Thank you. Folks, I want to tell you about the Empire State Gas Machine. This is for lighting boarding houses, general stores, churches, and public offices. Agents in the capital can contact Enrique Saint-Chamond. We assume this is a French person. The Empire State Gas Machine, which can currently be found operating by the hundreds, and which everywhere leaves whoever uses it satisfied, produces brilliant uniform lighting with unbeatable illuminative qualities, with no more heat than the minimum required for its own production, without any risk whatsoever, and cheaply, since a gallon of gasoline, which costs between 20 and 30 cents, can feed a large burner of the type called argon, for a period of 50 hours. Its mechanical construction is simple, is not subject to breakdowns. Its management requires no more intelligence than is needed to wind it up, and caring for it is less difficult and less annoying than caring for any old kerosene lamp. Its appearance is beautiful. It functions with a little regular cleaning. It occupies very little space. It does not expel any stench, nor does it increase your risk of fire. It would behoove the property owners of this island to introduce this gas machine, as it would reduce the many inconveniences suffered by using kerosene and other existing methods of lighting. This really is a breathtakingly lie-filled ad, isn't it, folks? To say all these things that gasoline is, it's not going to create a stench, it's not going to create smoke, it's going to not burn excessively or wastefully, and like it's all just lies. It is going to set your house on fire, and all of this is bad. Imagine lighting your boarding house with a gas machine. Terrible idea.
I like that everything it says about gasoline is like literally the opposite of how gasoline works.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I wonder if this particular ad is like those YouTube videos that are like perpetual motion machine. We finally made one. Like, is this just lies hoping to get enough of your money before they skip town
Yes.
to make it worth it?
What I really want to know is who the 19th century Electro Boom was disproving all of these things, because I do remember he had a video disproving perpetual motion machines, specifically. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I don't think so.
Electro Boom is an Iranian-Canadian guy. He lives in Vancouver, whose thing is he does like these engineering videos, but the way he does it is by sort of showing you what you shouldn't do, i.e. hurting himself repeatedly. And swearing every time he does it, and bleeping himself. And he has what I can only describe as majestic eyebrows, and a great sense of humor. So, for example, the first video of his I saw, ironically, is not one of his mainline ones. It was that he got sent a watch by a company asking him to, or they asked him for a review, and he sort of plays himself as the angel and devil on his shoulder, trying to decide whether he's going to order the watch. And so in the end, he says, I decided to tell them, no, that's not really what I do. And then the voice in his head goes, I already ordered and received the watch. And then he reviews the watch and shows it off and he's wondering, how am I going to hurt myself? So the way he does it is, for example, he blow torches it for a while to see how it can take the heat. And then, of course, he immediately touches it with his finger.
Yeah.
And then he goes, amazingly, it still works, Or he does drop tests where he just repeatedly drops it on the table. And every single time goes, oops, oops, oops. He drops it in water for 24 hours at one point. It still works. But the main thing, by the way, that he mentions is that he didn't get the watch that he ordered.
That's weird.
He starts with that. He goes, the first thing I noticed is, this isn't the watch I ordered. And he goes, it's a very nice watch, but it's not what I ordered. And then he goes, there's only really one problem with this watch. It's nothing. The problem is that I can't really tell time with it. Maybe I could tell time better with the other watch that I actually ordered.
Oh boy.
He's very good.
Damning.
He's very good. I love him.
All right.
Anyway, top of the seventh. Here comes Ted Balloon. 6 innings pitched, 65 pitches, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, including a homer, 4 strikeouts. He faces Ramirez, Casado, and Mercado. Ramirez is 0 for 2 on the day. And on the 1-1 count, Ramirez right with the warm burner. To Valdez, he throws across to first, and he's retired. That's out number 1 on the ground out to short. And, not only are we reaching for a pinch hitter, but we are reaching for an ice-cold pinch hitter, like it's a beer, who played baseball in this reality. Billy Hamilton was an American player, and I think his team got contracted a couple seasons ago. Yeah, the Scouts. They stopped operating after 1906, so he got taken on by Lajas, and then I believe traded to Guánica. He was mostly known as a fast runner, but he's 37, so his speed has kind of declined quite a bit in recent years.
Oh, he's from Newark, New Jersey. Local boy.
Indeed. There is, ironically, by the way, there is also a modern player named Billy Hamilton who's almost like you reincarnated the old Billy Hamilton. The things he is known for are speed and defense. So,
Maybe
by the
he's a
way,
vampire.
maybe. So, by the way, officially, now pinch hitting for the Amigos de Guánica, number 4, Billy Hamilton. 1 out, bases empty.
Baseball vampire.
1-0 count. He hits that one to Valdez. He's got it, throws over to first, and that is out number 2. And here comes Osmundo Mercado. He's over 1 on the day. 2 outs, bases empty. Mercado, whom Balloon hit with a pitch last time, this time grounds out to Feaster, and all he has to do is stretch the leg. And the Amigos go 3 up and 3 down in the top of the 7th. Good rebound from Ted Balloon, as now it looks like we've got a number of changes out there in the outfield. Nope, actually just the one.
This is the only song that I stand for and put my hand over my heart.
That's right.
Yay.
All right, so we'll read the poem after the 7th inning, but now playing shortstop for the Amigos de Guánica, number 16, Judson Hayward. Now batting for the Navegadores de Naguabo, number 4, Eto'o Shirtlu, who is 0 for 1 on the day with a ribby. He, of course, had that RBI base on balls earlier that walked in a run. He faces Tibulo Rodriguez, who through 6 innings has thrown 91 pitches, 3 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. And we're going to start bringing in, Jesus, Kareem, you haven't pitched in like 5 days. How are you this tired?
I don't know.
Anbar and Varela will hit the bullpen to be ready in case of emergency. Shirtlu, 0 for 1 on the day. He hits that one to Larson. He throws over to first, and that's an easy little ground out. Shirtlu out at first, a 43rd Street putout. 1 out, bases remain empty for Benji Valdez. He is 0 for 1 with a ribby. Benji, the 1-2 count. He hits it into left field, and yet again, Amigos players. Maybe this is why they won the pennant. They just refuse to respect Gentleman's Point.
Yeah, there we go.
Bastards.
Not so friendly now, are they?
Yeah, more like enemies.
There we go.
Yeah.
Get
More
'em.
like fake friends.
Yes, yes.
2 outs, base is empty, and here comes Wally Balk, who is over 2 on the day. I gotta say, I'm fairly impressed with Tibulo Rodriguez in this game. I really wasn't expecting something like this out of him. Yeah, 3 earned runs against the best offense in the entire league. Pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
good.
true. All right.
First, he goes after the first pitch. Gaudencio hit that running in from right field, and he's got it. And the Navegadores respond to a quick inning by the Amigos by doing nothing. We head into the 8th. Navegadores still ahead 3-2. But before we continue with this game, we're going to have we're going to take advantage here of the inter-inning break, and we're going to do our poetry reading. Today's poem is from my grandfather's poetic and political idol, Cuban revolutionary Jose Marti. He, of course, was the one who, after living in New York and in Tampa, Florida, in Ybor City, where the cigar factories are, he said, of course, I have lived inside of the beast and know its entrails. He has this poem called Cultivo una rosa blanca. I sow a white rose. And I think you'll see very quickly why I picked this poem. Cultivo una rosa blanca. En junio como en enero. Para el amigo sincero que me da su mano franca. Y para el cruel que me arranca el corazón con que vivo. Cardo ni ortiga cultivo. Cultivo la rosa blanca. In English, I sow a white rose in June just as in January for the sincere friend who extends to me his honorable hand, and for that villain who rips out the heart by which I live. I sow neither nettle nor... I used to know the name. Ortiga is nettle. I used to know what a cardo was. I don't remember. It's another kind of... I think it's poison ivy. I might be wrong.
Okay.
I sow neither, neither nettle nor poison nor thorn. I sow only the white rose. I used to have that poem memorized. I should have been able to read it off the dome, but here we are. It's been a while. In the top of the eighth, Ted Balloons, 76 pitches, 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, 4 strikeouts. Here's a man who does not sow a white rose for any opposing player. And he faces Sebastián Martín, who is 1 for 3. 1-2 count. Martín throws that one, and hey, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. De Castillo grabs that one way past Gentleman's Point. Looks like the Navegadores are finally tired of respecting the rules here.
Nice.
And now pinch hitting for the Amigos de Guánica, number 29, Ryan Higgins. Ryan Higgins, who I guess has been their backup catcher, he's actually been incredible in the postseason for them. 7 for 17. That's an average of 412, OPS of 941, 4 runs batted in. And by the way, I would like to know that according to this, he got the majority of the at-bats at catcher during the season. So they moved him to backup for the playoffs. That is such an insult.
Yeah, it really is. Boy.
Well, let's see what he does off the bench here. 1-1 count. And he can't do it. He doesn't come through. De Castillo able to come in and grab that one. And here comes catcher Justino Garza, who's 1 for 3 with a ribby. On the other hand, Higgins, as a designated hitter, if this game goes to extras or something like that, this is actually a great pick for him. Because it's not like they had to change any defensive positions.
Oh, yeah.
Pardon me. Catcher Garza is 1 for 3 with a ribby. Oh, here we go. And it gets loose. I'll tell you who sows nettles for his enemies. Ted Looney Balloon gets loose with a curveball. They are Knicks. Justino Garza, and we are now at the border of the over-under. If he hits another player, the over wins the prediction. 2 outs and a man on first for Emmanuel Vargas, who of course hit that dinger. He could give his team the lead if he feels like hitting another one right here. So, just in case that does happen and Ted has to slink back to his dugout, we're going to have Anbar and Varela ready to go.
You know the story, the Swan Princess? I think that's what it's called.
0-2 count, and Vargas strikes out. What did you tell me?
This is the one where there is a girl who... She had a bunch of brothers. I don't remember how many. 5, 7, some fairy tale number. They've been turned into swans. They've been cursed. And if she can trample nettles into flax to make fine linen shirts for them all before a certain deadline, don't remember what it is, they can be turned back into men. So the whole story is about her working very hard to do that. And I always thought trampling nettles sounds like pure torture.
That's a version of the Kill Hook myth? Kill Hook and All-One?
It might be, yeah, I don't remember where they cross over.
I think in his case, he had to turn flax into linen, but it was an impossible amount, is the thing.
Okay.
And so it's a version of the Cobbler with the elves, like he gets help from all the animals of the forest or something to do it. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, like Rumpelstiltskin.
Learned this one, by the way, from the Chronicles of Prydain by Lloyd Alexander.
Nice.
Except he didn't spell it correctly, but whatever. He was trying to spell it so that an American would be able to understand the pronunciation, so... You get it. It's spelled Culhwch. So there you go.
Okay. Mhm.
That's a thing. Anyway, bottom of the 8th, Tibulo Rodriguez, 99 pitches over 7 innings. I gotta check his inventory before I tell. What was that?
Inventory.
I have to check his pitch arsenal before I make
Oh.
this joke. But he just vanished for a second because I guess I clicked the wrong pixel. I love having to pixel hunt in a sports simulation.
He looks like a real SCP in that shadowy shape version.
Which is the shadowy shape version?
When you move the little window down, it was like not
Oh,
the
I
outline
see.
of him,
Yeah.
but you can almost see something. That's like a SCP version of this
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah, he's a real slender man.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you doing? Stop doing that. Are you from the Southern Reach? That's an Annihilation
great.
reference for the rest of you. Anyway, I was going to say he's got... Okay, now that I know this. He's got 99 pitches, but a curveball ain't one.
Nice.
All right, here we go. He faces Graham Underwood, who's 1 for 3 on the day.
I was
3-0
going to say, if
count.
there's too much in his inventory, he won't be able to move fast. So that's always bad.
Rodriguez issues his 5th walk. Underwood on first. Let's see if he has any more success with his base running this time. Here comes Rob Feaster, who's over 2 with a walk. First pitch to him. There goes Underwood, and he is off for second. He's in. Took advantage of the bad throw from Garza. He gets his 6th steal of the postseason. And with a runner in scoring position, Feaster on the 1-0 count. Let's see what he does. It's a 2-2 count. Feaster knocks it to Larson. Underwood breaking for third. And it's effectively a sac hit. Underwood running on the productive out. He's 90 feet away, and he could give his team some space here. Since we're 2 outs away, we're going to get Varela. Make sure he's in the pen. As here comes Jake Getman. He's 1 for 2 with a ribby. Man on third and 1 out. Getman pops that one up at unacceptable depth as Hayward able to catch it. And here comes Salmeron as possibly the last chance for his team to tack on some runs. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Man on third and 2 outs. 1-0 count. Salmeron launches it. Center field, and it overruns Mercado. Salmeron with an RBI base hit. It's a double.
There we go. See, you were doubting him earlier, but he came through.
Underwood scores on that, and it is 4-2 to the Naves. As Mercado tried to run that ball down, he slid for it, but it escaped his grasp. Good launch back to the field. But here comes Kim Min-soo with a 1 for 3 line. Let's see if he's interested in adding to that. Salmeron on second, and Tibulo Rodriguez well into triple digits now at 111.
Better not add to it. I want my prediction to be true.
3-1-1. Well, you're probably going to get it.
Yay.
As that is popped up to Larson, he makes the grab, and Naguabo is done in the 8th. They come up with a vital insurance run there. And here comes Ted Balloon to try and finish out this game. He's through 8 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. Varela in the pen as he faces Larson, Ojeda, and Ramirez. Larson is 1 for 3. Ted here has a chance to close out Game 1 of the Campeonato Nacional Puertorriqueño. 0-1 count. Larson can't quite get that one past Sherdloo. It's an easy ground out as his opposite number throws over to Feaster, and that's out number 1. Gaudencio Ojeda, 0 for 2 on the day. 1 out, base is empty. 2-2 count. Hit right back to Feaster. He's got it and steps on the bag. And here comes Miguel Ramirez. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Ted here could finish this game in under 100 pitches. Let's see. Ramirez going after the first pitch, pardon me. Pops it up into foul territory. Salmeron catches it. And that is it for Game 1 of the Campeonato Nacional Puertorriqueño. Exactly as Luisa predicted, Naguabo takes this one 4-2 as they take a Game 1 lead in the final series.
I can't believe it. I can't believe I was right.
Well, there you go. How's it feel?
Pretty great. I need to bask in this until next time I make a prediction, because I think this is the first time I've ever gotten it right, so the odds are great.
Wonderful.
But right now, everything's good.
And not just that, you also correctly predicted how many hitters Ted would hit.
Yes!
He only hit 2, so the under wins.
Get more of my little coins, my precious coins.
Ted Balloon, 5 wins in the postseason on 9 innings of 5 hit, 2 run, 5 strikeout ball, even if he did give up a gigantic dinger, 136 meters, to Emmanuel Vargas, who also had a key homer in the last playoffs, but I don't remember against whom it was. I believe it was against Gurabo. Anyway, Tibulo Rodriguez can't blame anybody but himself. 8 innings pitched, a 4 earned run ball. None of those came in on errors. 5 walks and 2 strikeouts, and he had a great catcher behind the plate. So it's his loss of control that led to this loss. Because frankly, it was not offensive standouts. When the leading run was scored on an RBI walk, this was a game won by a pitcher and lost by a pitcher.
You were right. It's all about the pitchers.
Yep. The offense was not the difference maker. It might be in a future game, certainly, but it was not in this one. Any final thoughts before we let him go?
No, it's just a nice little game. I got a little bit nervous from that very first inning when we saw that run come up for the Amigos, but they turned it around. They're doing great.
They did. And we'll be very happy to see where they are at next week. If they are either facing elimination, if either team is facing elimination, that's the game we'll go with next week. So we'll be back then with more Campeonato action, and we'll see if we can record some other games here and there. We would like to make sure that at least the Campeonato Nacional is always available for people to watch. But until then, this has been, as always, Isidro Montalvo Espinosa, broadcast coordinator for Liga Nacional Puertorriqueña en Vivo. Gente, buenas noches, gracias mil, y Dios les bendiga.